This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description. Virtual Off-Road Racing is brought to you by Sparco, Lawrence Equipment, Dirt Sports World. This is Virtual Off-Road Racing.
Hello and welcome everybody to the Virtual Off-Road Racing Series. It's round number 3 here from Wild West Motorsports Park. Hello everybody, I'm Dave Arnold, joined alongside Austin Knight tonight for the race call. And we're Reno adjacent in Sparks, Nevada, nestled in the foothills of the Sierra Nevada mountains. We're a good time, the biggest little city, Reno, Nevada.
Yeah, at the formerly known as Wild West Motorsports Park. Unfortunately, not here in real life anymore, but it's immortalized forever in iRacing, which I gotta say has a pretty good home for the rest of its long life.
Yeah, definitely one of the longest, most elevation changes we have at any track. So it's going to be a bittersweet to be able to race it here in virtual, but in real life now it's just a empty quarry.
Empty quarry, and you know, you can still see some remnants here and there.
Battles going on a couple weeks ago when we were joining it the second round, and I'll tell you, we got some fast movers, and I saw the list of entries tonight. It's going to be a battle royale for sure.
It certainly is, but we are not talking about Fortnite or Call of Duty here. We got a who's who.
It's all possible, of course. Sparco, Lawrence Equipment, the edge of automation, and Dirt Sports World, the voice of off-road. Get your subscription today at dirtsportsworld.com. Now, Austin, look at the names that are up there tonight, and it's going to be a good one. We watched Peterson, of course, battling it out there, and Josh Edmondson, and Connor Berry, also a force to be reckoned with. Luke Knupp, and look at that, Drapkin, Swain. Oh boy, the names are there. Height Ritter, all very fast, as well as Mikey Lawrence, and is that Luke Johnson there, I believe?
Yes, that would be Greg Johnson.
Was it Greg Johnson? Okay.
Yeah, it's Greg Johnson.
Okay, number 50. I couldn't see there. Of course, the RVD CBD Challenge Cup, looks like. See next to him?
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Okay.
I've realized I'm using an old project files.
Okay. And just call me Ron Burgundy.
All right, Ron.
Well, we're looking at some times right now and getting a little qualifying session going. Are we in that yet, or are we still in practice?
Yeah, we're in qualifying right now.
Okay. Well, a little mistake there in that, the big right-hander. 90 degrees, then you have to end up to the turnstile. Coming off that carousel, just love that. A bump, a jump, and then high-speed action down across the straight.
Let's take a look at our race format. Right now we got a 10-minute qualifying session and then 2 5-lap heat races where the top 6 will be transferring up there. But that will not be, if you're not in the top 6, that's okay. We got a 5-lap LCQ where the top 4 transfer and then a 18-lap feature here at Wild West.
It's always a great battle in the LCQ. Only 4 transfer. And a lot of guys will be fighting it out to get into the main event tonight. 18 laps. A lot of things could happen at that time.
18 laps and a caution on lap 9. And remember, that caution can really spruce things up and close down our leaders back in there, or close down the pack to our leaders, because remember, Joshua Edmondson and Cameron Peterson, they're 1 and 2 currently on our timing sheets. They are definitely going to be ones to look out for and seeing on how they're going to do. Qualifying will matter here. Not as much as it did at Crandon. Actually, more than it did at Crandon, because Crandon had that giant land rush start. Here it's 2x2x2. And the championship leaders will not be starting from the back like last season. So they'll be starting from the front of the row, like how all qualifying should be.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, that's one of the things you talked about. Qualifying, pretty important. You don't want to be deep in the field. This is a fast track, and it's hard to catch up. And I'll tell you, in the places where you are close, it gets tight and it gets physical.
Yeah, hey, speaking of physical, we've seen a lot of bumping and banging heading into turn 1 here. We've seen a lot of body parts ended upside down, a few cars ending upside down, especially through this section of drivers just getting this section just a little bit too tight for wear. But, you know, when you get it right side by side, oh, it looks absolutely beautiful. But, yeah, hairpin, 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 switchback, switchback, switchback. It's going to be a very rough and tumble race here today.
Well, turn 1 and 2 are always these physical turns. They're so close, and you know, on the first one, sometimes guys carry a little too much speed, end up into the wall, or end up taking other drivers out. So it's very important to be smooth, watch where your lines are, and try not to take anybody out. There's a good line right there. Onboard shot.
Yeah, turn 2. You want to be right up to that K-rail.
2. As they come up here, there's going to be a little rise. And there's usually a little finger right there, kind of settles the truck. They sweep it around the turn. Head up. Level off a little jump. Pop it up, another jump. Here's a little kick into the left-hander. Really settles the truck. There's always a little bump on the inside right there. We've seen several times trucks, you know, bouncing and getting out of control there too. And of course the stripe, that's going to put in a lap.
Yeah, I got a few more trucks out there, but qualifying is over here. And now we go to our first heat. And our drivers for our first heat is going to be Cameron Peterson, going to be starting up on pole position ahead of James Ambrosius, Felix Roy, Tyson Miller, Keaton Swain, Bodie Cryer, Anthony James, Holden Heitritter, Bryce Semino, and Greg Johnson are drivers here for our heat race. First heat, top 6 advance. As we are looking at Felix Roy.
Now, do we ever get a clearance? Is it Felix Roy or Wah?
I'm going to have to say Roy.
Okay,
because
it's Canadian. I'm just saying.
I'm not Canadian, though. So
But he is.
He is. We could drag Josh into here, since he is not driving right now. Have him answer this for us. Actually, speaking of that, I should just do that.
Well, we see Cam Peterson in this, Ambrosius, Roy, or Wah, Miller, Swain, Cryer, James, Heitritter, Semino, and Johnson.
What does the chat decide? Roy Wah is going to be starting next to the Terminator himself, Tyson Miller. But up at front, it's the one, the only Cameron Peterson.
Well, you know he's got a bullseye on his back right now.
Yeah, that bullseye is going to be pretty big. But remember, only the top 6 advance here.
Well, it's going to be tough. 10 drivers, 4 will be going to the LCQ. 6 to the main event.
And he's got a chance at Barosius right beside him, and
Green, green, green.
it's going to be green, green, green here at Wild West. Peterson immediately backs off and covers off of Ambrosius. And Ambrosius has Roy down the inside. A little bit of contact. Ambrosius gets turned a little bit more than he wanted to right there. A little bit of tap from Roy as they come over the tabletop jump and into turn 2.
And look at Swain running up the inside.
Oh, there goes Ambrosius. Oh, no, we got a little pile up. Ambrosius is upside down.
And that's what I said. Turn 1 and 2 on the start. Always the most physical for sure.
Yeah, and that is Ambrosius straight up turtled right there. And here is a replay from Ambrosius. Let's see if we can get...
He over-rotates. Simple.
Oh, there's contact right here. There's contact with everybody.
But he over-rotated in the turn. His nose was up against the K-rail. And, of course, everybody just pile-drived him right after that.
This is true, and, well, that is Ambrosius' race for sure over Felix Wah, or Roy. We're just going to let Chad decide on this. I'm just going to stick with Roy right now. He's up there in second place. Holton Hyrader up 5 spots where he started. He was the biggest mover out of lap 1, currently sitting in 3rd place.
And Hyrader there behind him is going to be Miller, followed by Cryer. Swain back to the last qualifying position. And that's in that 6th slot. James outside that. Semino, Johnson, of course, Ambrosius down a lap.
Yeah, Ambrosius, he's still in the pits. He's still got to do all that towing, so he's going to be losing multiple laps here. But we'll be seeing him in the last chance qualifiers, but he'll be starting from the very end of the grid as our fight is getting very crazy up front.
Yeah, very crazy for sure, but look at this, Peterson. You know, it looks like he's just going to just walk away with this one here.
Well, it's Cameron Peterson. The only one we've seen really challenge him is Josh Edmondson. And speaking of dominating, there's been a $50 bounty to anyone who can beat Cameron Peterson cleanly. Cleanly. They specifically mentioned cleanly because we all would have known if it was for $50, we would have just no braked straight into the side of Peterson. But yeah, they started putting bounties to beat Cameron Peterson. Cleanly.
Well, I can tell you what, guys are going to be gunning for him all night long, and of course, this chance is starting to run out with over a second, you know, separating first and second. But look at that, 5 seconds from first to second now. Bolt Rider back about a second half of Roy. When I say Wah, thinking a Canadian hockey player.
Yeah, Wall plays for the Golden Knights.
But he's Canadian.
Right on board the Terminator, Tyson Miller. White flag in the air here for heat number 1. They come over the start-finish line. Tyson Miller, he's got one last chance to make this move work. And he's going to just stay on the bumper and try to sneak it down the inside. Gets all the way up with that K-rail right there.
Well, you also saw Roy getting a little out of shape there. He quickly corrected there. Now Heitritter trying to chase him down. But look at this, you're right. Miller looking on the inside. He'll be set on the outside, though. not where you want to be in this turn. You got to set up to the inside, kind of push them wide, make them lose their momentum. Right when you're at a green line. Well, checker flag.
Yeah, checker flag in the air to Cameron Peterson. He's going to take this heat victory. You just see him off in the distance as he takes the checker flag by 6 seconds. And it's Roy in second place, followed by Height Raider and Miller in fourth. Cryer and Swain will be advancing to the finals.
Ooh, Swain just squeaked that one out. Swain getting a little held up there in that second turn on the start. Kind of slowed him up a little bit, but bit quite a few other drivers, but a lot of talent in this next one too.
Josh Edmondson will be starting up on pole for heat number 2. Connor Berry will be starting right beside him. Funny thing, Connor said he wasn't going to be racing tonight. I think he didn't realize that it was that this event was tonight, and I think he has to thank Zachary Drapkin, who will be starting in third, for reminding him. And I think Zachary is probably kicking himself for reminding Connor that right now. Joining them is Cole Ashlock, Chris Plumley, Luke Knupp, Nick Nowak, Jack Bucher, Ryan Dueck, and Mikey Lawrence.
What's up, Mikey?
Mikey!
Great family, the Lawrences.
And
saw one of their guys out at the jet ski races. One of their family friends that works for him, Steve Lawler. It's good to see him. Great guy.
yeah, Jet Ski World Finals were last week, right?
No, we 2 weeks ago we did the opening for the IGSBA West Coast tours. It was a World Finals qualifier.
Ah, well, it's green, 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 and for this qualifying round, a lot cleaner. We see Zach Drapkin trying to sink it down to the inside of Connor Berry. Connor Berry and Zach Drapkin still side by side with each other. Let's see if they can get through this corner a lot cleaner than heat number 1 did. Berry on the inside. Drapkin goes way wide. And, oh, we got a few cars off the back. That's Christopher Plumley getting into reverse just a little bit. But that fight for second place is still hot in tow right now with Connor Berry and Zachary Drapkin. Nose tail with each other. The Jim Beaver Esports cars 1 and 2 right now.
That's right. The CBR car of Connor Berry sitting in second. Up front, though, Edmondson, the Fistful of Bourbon. Do you believe on the side of that one? General Tire, Jim Beaver Esports. And, you know, they had a great turnout the last race. They were represented well, the Jim Beaver Esports team. But look at this, Drapkin right up on his tailpipe. Going back to Ashlock.
Oh, it's getting a little bit of contact right there. It's just friendly nudges. There's nothing bad about those.
Well, we're looking back here with 4 laps to go. Brucker in the last transfer position. Knupp in 5th. Ashlock 4th. Drapkin 3rd. Berry in 2nd. And Edmondson out front in command. Look at Edmondson start to pull away as Drapkin and Berry battle. Woo! Did you see that speed Berry found?
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
It was like he was about ready to get smashed by Drapkin. He just shot out of a cannon there. And Josh Edmondson saying, "See you later, boys. You guys battle it back."
Yeah, Josh is just leaving this fight for second place off behind him, but let me tell you, it is an absolute battle right now. It's a war. I think Drapkin is trying to impress the boys over at Jim Beaver Esports.
Yeah, definitely. Drapkin having a heck of a race. Ashlock, though, he's not far off the pace either. He's right there. And then back to Knupp. And keep an eye on Knupp. He always will qualify, and he's always one of those guys, later in the race, he finds more speed.
Yeah, he's one of those guys who finds that blue line, that blue groove very easily, and it just works for him, and it just feels like it gets him a little Mario Kart speed boost later on in the day. And with 2 laps to go, I feel like he's already starting to feel that one out. And Edmondson, he's slowing up.
Oh, yeah, either that or Berry's gotten, Drapkin have gotten a little quicker. About second, 1.3 seconds, separating first and third. only a tenth of a second separating everybody behind them. Oh, Rapkin getting a little left behind there.
He had a little bit of wiggle coming out of 3. He's going very deep in that final corner. And now here comes Cole Ashlock right behind him. Well, Cole's about to let the Eagles fly right now over this jump. I love this livery so much.
Oh, definitely, for sure. And of course, you know, Ashlock in a qualifying position. So he's got to drive smart, not take himself out, make it to the main event. But if you got the opportunity...
Oh, you're definitely going to go for it. Yeah. You're definitely going for it. Because some of these guys don't even see... If you go into the last chance qualifier, you will not be seeing the final. There's a big chance of not being able to see it, but a lot closer race here in heat number 2 as Mikey Lawrence has jumped into... Mikey Lawrence has had a little bit of issue, but I thought he was going to be upside down for a little bit, but nope. Fight for second. Last chance for Drapkin. He's not going to be able to do it. Gets a little bit wide. There's Cole Ashlock behind him, but it's going to be Josh Evanson and Connor Berry finishing 1-2, followed by Zach Drapkin, Ashlock, Knupp, and Bucher. And our top 6 heading into the finale. But it's a 1-2 for Jim Beaver Esports.
Yeah, well, it looks like they're on the same roll as they were 2 weeks ago.
All right. Now we head over to our last chance qualifier. Anthony Janes will be starting up on pole, followed by Nick Nowak, Bryce Semino, Brian Dueck, Greg Johnson, Mikey Lawrence, James Ambrosius, and Chris Plumley. So the way that the last chance qualifier is going to work, let's bring back up our race format, is the top 4 will be advancing here. Top 4.
A very quick 5 laps, too.
Yeah, 5 laps, just like our heat race.
Yep, nothing, no cop caution in the heat laps or in the LCQ.
Yep. Only competition caution is in our final, so we are looking for our top 5 as I blow up our timing tower again. There we go, everything's fixed. And that is a very wide starting. I think Nick Nowak was trying to catch Anthony Janes off guard right there. But it's green, green, green here. And Nowak jumps to start, and he takes the lead immediately.
It's the first one to take that green flag, it looked like. Cross there, James, Nowak now, side by side. Nowak to the inside has the lead.
It's showing that Nowak, he was supposed to be starting in second place behind Janes. So that might be looked under off the start.
Yeah. Looks like he's
But, you know, we got Janes right behind him in second place. I think he's selling that truck. It's got a nice for sale sign right there. Wait. Rust-free, rarely driven hard. You know, James might need to go into marketing or maybe he'll become a lawyer.
Sounds like an excellent one. But back to that headrest. Back to Nowak and James back. 7-0 back there, a little bit of gap back to third.
Yeah, only top 4, and in that transfer spot, having a little bit of contact right there is Brian Dueck.
Dueck, another one of our friends from the Great White North up there. Plumley, Johnson, Ambrosius, and Lawrence back to lead. Their life is a little bit quicker. This is a fast battle for sure. 3 laps to go.
Yep, 3 laps left here at Wild West, here at the Virtual Off-Road Racing Series, presented by Sparko Lawrence Equipment and Dirt Sports World, your voice for off-road, as it's a big dive right here for Christopher Plumley, who got into the side of Brian Dueck for 4th place in that final transition spot. Dueck's going to try to look down to the inside, but he misses his opportunity, and now there's Ambrosius sneaking his way into the side of the Canadian.
Ambrosius comes to the inside. That's up. It's going to be a drag race up the hill. Ooh, side by side. Lovely though. A great move earlier in their qualifying position. Now Ambrosius and Duak battling 1 and 2 spots out of that spot.
What a move by Ambrosius. He is chasing down Chris Plumley in that 36 Legion machine like hand over fist. He desperately wants to get revenge for that opening round mishap where he ended up on his roof in that first opening lap. He wants to go racing. He's sitting that apex as hard as he can, and he is closing down on Plumley. And guess what? He just set the fastest lap of the race, 51.5 compared to the 51.61 of Chris Plumley. So these two are the fastest trucks on track right now.
Well, here's for the LCQ.
White flag in the air, and oh, getting a little off balance on the fence. There goes Chris Plumley, and here comes Ambrosius.
And charging hard is right.
Yeah, Ambrosius, another fastest lap of the race. Looking down to the inside. He's got the apex. There's contact. He's ended up on his roof again. You can't make this up.
Well, that's right. He did that catch of that K-rail. Flips over. He's out of the race.
For the second time of the evening, Ambrosius charging through the field. Unfortunately, gets turned over. Will be not making the final. Nick Nowak and Anthony James will be jumping in to the finale after very soon, followed by Bryce Semino and Chris Plumley by the skin of his teeth and a K-rail.
Well, honestly, to let you know, I have seen that in real life many times, and that's why it really points out this is a true, simulator. This is not a video game. This is taking all the nuances of what these trucks could do, what the track will do to the trucks, what you could do with these trucks on the track. And right there, that just shows real life imitating virtual life there too.
It certainly is. And, well, it's warm-up time here at Wild West. Let's walk us through what's happened so far. Heat number 1, it came out like this. Cameron Peterson, Felix Roy, Holton Heirider, Tyson Miller, Bodie Cryer, and Keaton Swain came out on top, and they'll be jumping into the finale. Heat number 2, Josh Edmondson and Connor Berry, they took the win ahead of Zach Drapkin, Cole Ashlaw, Luke Knupp, and Jack Bucher. And we just saw our consolation race. Nick Nowak and Anthony James, they had their own little fight before Bryce Semino and Chris Plumley went on into the final, followed by Brian Dueck, Mikey Lawrence, Greg Johnson, and James Ambrosius, who I think is probably going to be taking a chisel to this apex at turn 2 very soon.
Needs to jump out and grab him.
It certainly does. We might be able to talk to him after this day, but we're currently in a little bit of a warm-up, so you're all here watching Racecraft TV for the virtual off-road racing series presented by Sparco, Lawrence Equipment, and Dirt Sports World, your voice for off-road. We'll be right back after these messages. This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description. Virtual Off-Road Racing is brought to you by Sparco, Lawrence Equipment, Dirt Sports World. This is Virtual Off-Road Racing.
I can't read it.
Welcome back to the Virtual Off-Road Racing Series. We're here on the grid for our finale. Cameron Peterson and Josh Edmondson. What a surprise to see these two 1 and 2 right now in the first row, followed by Felix Roy and Connor Berry. Holton Heirider and Zachary Drapkin will be starting side by side with each other in that third row, followed by Tyson Miller and Cole Ashlock. Bodie Cryer and Luke Knupp, followed by Keaton Swain and Jack Bucher right behind them. The final rows is Nick Nowak and Anthony James, Bryce Semino and Christopher Plumley after they got in from their last chance qualifier. It's time to go racing 18 laps here in our finale.
And we're going to get this one started quickly, too, for sure, it looks like. Boy, they are on the gas down the hill. Here we go.
Green, green, green.
Peterson and Edmondson. Barry, Roy, Ashlock, Drapkin, Heirider.
Oh, no. Oh, no. The upside down. We got a truck upside down and being still turned down the hill. I am not sure who that is. It's Drapkin. Oh no. Well, hey, remember we got that competition caution, so he's got, oh my goodness, there's more chaos back there. Drapkin's hit another person.
Every time, first and second turn on this track, always is carnage. Especially when you got a full field there.
Absolutely. All 16 trucks just barreling in there at the pedal to the metal and not holding anything back. As Peterson and Edmondson, well, we've seen these two battle it out for an entire race too. Edmondson looking for some revenge here this week after, well, what Cameron did to him last week, which is really get revenge on him. But it's a Jim Beaver Esports 1, 2, 3.
And 3. Uno, dos, tres.
It's cuatro.
And we can see General Tire on Peterson's there, Edmondson, Fistful of Bourbon, and CBR.
On Connor Berry's.
Yep.
And they're off in their own little world right now. Looks like no one can touch these three currently in the opening laps. Now, when we hit lap 9, it will be a driver-led competition caution. The yellow flag will not come. The iRacing yellow flag will not come out. So we see Zachary Drapkin head into the pit lane. So he knows that competition caution is going to be in there. So that's why he's into the pits. As Felix Roy looking down the inside of Cole Ashlock. And you can hear him. He's actually popping off that rev limiter just a little bit.
Yeah. Definitely. Peterson and Edmondson, Barry. And then you can see the batter back there between Ashlock and Roy. Roy in the 91 machine there, Red Bull on the front and the side. Ashlock racing him up the hill. Got about a tire length or a fender.
Oh, well, he's going to have a lot more. That was a bad bounce that Roy just had. And now here comes Luke Knupp, Wild Child, right behind him.
I told you, keep an eye on Knupp as the laps start to dwindle. He's going to slowly pick off people. Before you know it, he'll be battling the top 3 up there.
Oh, he's already battling side by side with Roy.
Look at this. He's going to go for outside and then go to the inside here.
Oh, he's just straight up going inside. Roy defended that perfectly by looking on the outside for him.
Kind of kept that a couple lengths off there just so if he did go to the outside, he can kind of squeeze him off. See 92 Designs on the front hood of that there. They got the good little team of drivers going there. The Jim Beaver Esports, and of course Was it they've changed the name a few times.
This is true. And Knupp, he's going wide this time, looking down to the inside, and probably trying to show his hand to Roy, catch him out. Cole Ashlock goes a little bit wide, and he's just not there.
Now, but Peterson and Edmondson are starting to pull away, and up the hill they go, as Barry's trying to hold off the advances of Ashlock and Roy, and Knupp, who's starting to pick up some speed there. But I don't know. He's starting to look at this, though. He's got a little bit of gap now back to him.
Oh, Knupp gets into the into the back end of Roy.
He's turning Roy into a berm.
He's going to start treating him like a berm. Just don't call Ambrosius.
We need it on post day.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, James. It's just, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
No, it happens. And of course, in off-road racing, if you don't throw an elbow, you ain't trying hard enough.
Yeah, if you ain't throwing elbows, you ain't trying hard enough, and if you ain't getting any elbows, you're doing too good.
That's true. You're too nice of a driver. You know, and I always say one of their mottos is, you know, lean on a friend every once in a while.
Yep. And Knupp and Roy have been doing a lot of leaning today. Ooh, rough landing for Felix Roy. And he might have picked up a little bit of suspension damage right there. I was talking with Josh Edmondson before this race, and he said if you land wrongly on that jump, you will pick up some damage right there. And, you know, those shocks bottom out, and yeah, he does have some damage on that hood, so he might be dealing with some wonky steering.
Get a blown shock, you're trying to say?
Yes.
And it happens in real life, so that's one of the things that's nice. They've taken that into effect.
Yeah, you can see the front right side of his hood is bent upwards. That's where the wheel, the shock bottomed out and made contact with the frame, and it's actually bent the frame upwards.
Okay. Well, you can see him racing up into turn number 1 around. Nice little grouping there. They're all equally spaced out. Nobody's really touching yet. Barry, Ashlock, Roy, Knupp. Barry able to pull out of that mess a little bit now.
Yeah, Connor's been running away from this fight.
Ever since he saw him get a little close. He said, hey, I got to pick up the pace.
Yeah, y'all are getting a little bit too close. I need to catch up with my team.
Well, it's kind of a shock. I'm so used to Knupp fighting for the battle up there. But, you know, with Peterson and Edmondson just on point right now.
It's really just a fight for fourth.
Way. Yeah. Ashlock holding on to that 4th position there with Roy and Knupp. But Cryer, he's not far off the pace, man. Something happens to that group of 3, Cryer's going to be there. Then we got a gap here back to Swain.
Yep.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, as our competition caution comes out, everyone's going to be getting back out together right now. But this is where Josh Edmondson and Connor Barrett could really upset their teammate right here, or for Cole Ashlock to pull a rabbit out of the hat right there and ruin the Jim Beaver Esports 1-2-3 currently.
3, but I know the other 2 guys are thinking about that 20. There's a bounty at Peterson's head. Pretty cool there, suicide prevention on his hood. See the interesting causes and sponsors that these drivers have.
Indeed it is. Bodie Cryer, driver for Rigid Industries. Keaton Swain. He's got is that Rocket Racing setups on there? Yes, it is. Yes, Jack Bucher in that beautiful Exalta racing car. I am not biased at all.
You like the Rainbow Warrior?
Oh, I have so many Rainbow Warrior diecasts on my shelf. It's not a joke. And helmets. All right, competition caution coming to an end, being led by Cameron Peterson. And I can already spot that number 4 looking out.
Oh, yeah, Ashlock's ready to put that hammer down as we go green, green, green.
Peterson, Edmondson, Ashlock gets into the back of Barry. Ashlock and Barry side by side. Look at this. Ashlock's off the berm.
And Barry getting squeezed by 2 drivers there. Ashlock and Roy trying to pinch him out there. Barry
gets pushed wide. Here comes Roy down the inside. Roy gets shot by oh my goodness, Ashlock, and they actually worked against each other right there. Connor Barris managed to sneak his way through.
I think you're right. They did work too well against each other.
Yeah, if they didn't make contact against each other, they would have been. One of them would have been. I think Ashlock would have been ahead of Connor Barry, but because they were making contact with each other, that worked completely against what they needed to do. Connor Barry went wide on his own, and they left the door completely open. And now it's back to the fight for 4th place, unless they can catch back up to Connor Barry.
And Crazy letting Peterson and Edmondson go. Edmondson trying to chase down Peterson. Barry trying to stay away from Ashlock and Roy. And he sees Edmondson, though, up in front.
Well, Zachary Drapkin making a few moves. We got a truck stalled out right there. I think that might be Christopher Plum. It is Chris Plumley.
Plumley. And I'm not used to seeing Heitritter this deep as well as Drapkin.
Well, Drapkin, Drapkin was up on his lid early. Remember, he had a good 200 yards of travel.
But how many times have we seen Knupp and him come from the back up to a podium?
This is true. It's going to be a big push for Drapkin with 7 laps to go, but, you know, he's making his return to the series after missing last week, so he's definitely going to try to impress today. No, you got to fight through adversity.
I can tell we're on board with DraftKings. You see FabTech and Big O. Shout out to the Winter family there, FabTech.
Yeah, Drapkin just sneaking behind Tyson Miller right there. He's looking for that top 10.
Swain holding there, trying to fight for 7th place.
Oof, here goes Drapkin down the inside. He just made the move.
Well, he had to rub his way through that one.
If you ain't leaning on a friend, you ain't trying hard enough.
Yeah, exactly. That's what friends are for, to lean on.
Yeah. And here comes Miller trying to get back on him. And Jack's got a good show of that right behind him. And here comes Drapkin down the inside.
And it's just great watching Drapkin in the back. We already see Peterson. And he's got about a little over a second on Edmondson. 3 seconds between Edmondson and Barry. Barry's got some company about a second and a half behind.
Yeah, top 3 really pulled away, but Zachary Drapkin pulling back up through the grid in 9th now.
Well, he should definitely get the Hard Charger award, but with 5 laps to go, something catastrophic happened to our runners. Like the entire field disappearing like that.
Yes, thanks, Internet.
Yeah. So everybody netcoded at once.
Yes, this is true. Or I just netcoded from iRacing. You know, I'm glad we do not have any ISP sponsoring us, but if we do, I gladly accept it.
With a faster internet service served for Austin. I thought everything was supposed to be bigger in Texas, like their internet.
Yeah, just like our power grids, you know, they might be bigger, they ain't as reliable.
Well, Peterson across the stripes again, up into turn 1 as they head down the hill already. The rest of the field coming across there. Connor Barry down the hill. That's the top 3 as they come around.
Oh, Ashlock leading that fight, and here comes the train of cars.
Knupp, Swain, Cryer. Drapkin now to 9.
Cryer, oof! Crier getting into Swain right there. Almost pulled in a Brosius as he hit the K-rail.
Brosius has now become a verb. No longer a noun. Oh, there was a big joke for many years in the Soil Off-Road Racing Series back in the day saying, "You just got Carl."
And you got to explain on some people who do not know what that is.
Carl Renner back in the day.
Ooh.
Not overly aggressive, but if he gets in your way, he's going to let you know. You might get the old Carl bump. Kind of like a desert bump in short course.
That I do understand.
Yes. Or nerfing.
Getting up. That over-under move. Jumps up into 5th place now. As Swain and Roy are battling out behind him.
Well, as soon as Peterson hits across that stripe, it'll be 2 laps to go here. As they head down that hill off the turnstile. There it is.
Yeah, doesn't seem like there's going to be a last lap pass between these two.
No. There's a big little gap back to Edmondson now, but sitting solid.
Yep. Ooh, Swain looking deep.
I don't think that bounty is going to get collected tonight.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's going to be collected this week. But hey, whenever there's a bounty, it always grows week by week. And if it doesn't get collected by the end of the season, I think all that's going to Cameron Peterson.
Yeah, I think it should. That's only fair.
Yeah, it's like if you're wanted dead or alive and no one's able to do it, you just like say, okay, yeah, you just keep the money. Just don't show up next season. Commentate.
Exactly.
White flag in the air.
Oh, big hits there. You see the 91 machine get popped around a little bit there.
Is that Zachary Dropkin is back there.
Oh, yeah. The drop attack is on.
And look at that. Keaton Swain and Felix Roy side by side of each other. Roy getting caught out just a little bit. And Swain around the outside. Goes a little bit deep. There comes Dropkin down the inside. The drop attack. The 56. Looking very tough right there. They're still swapping paint with each other.
It's going to be a good battle for them between Crier and Dropkin. But time running out as our leaders come off the hill, down, and there it is.
Cameron Peterson, Josh Evanson, Connor Berry, Jim Beaver Esports, 1, 2, and 3, followed by Cole Ashlot, Luke Knupp, Felix Roy, Keaton Wayne, and Keaton Sway, Bodie Crier, and Zachary Dropkin, and Jack Bucher are top 10 here. But I feel like Mr. Jimmy Beaver is going to be enjoying this as much as Cameron Peterson is enjoying this. 2 wins in a row. Or 3 wins in a row. It is 3 wins in a row.
You gotta run check to Cam. Well, an awesome event for sure here from Wild West Motorsports Park. They pop it around. We'll go ahead and try and pull them into the booth here and talk to them about this great race. And of course, the Jim Beaver Esports has been tough to beat this season.
Yeah, as they take 1, 2, and 3 here with Peterson, Edmondson, and Barry, followed by Cole Ashlot, Luke Knupp, Felix Roy, Keaton Sway, Bodie Crier, Zachary Dropkin, Jack Bucher, Tyson Miller, Anthony James, Nick Nowak, Bryce Semino, Holton Hyrider, and Chris Plumley. Your final results here at Wild West Motorsports Park as they're parked up right there. Jim Beaver Esports 1, 2, and 3 as we have well, let's go 3 to 1 and let's be joined by Connor Berry. Connor, do you have a copy?
Yeah. Mic check.
Well, mic check. Mike is hot there, Connie. What's going on, man? What an incredible race.
Yeah, I started 4th in the main. I knew that I could definitely get to on third. I just need to work on trying to carry some more speed throughout the turns. We I was on the same tune as first and second, so I knew that I could go as fast as them. I need to drive it more better and get the car to rotate more in the turns, and I think I could be right there with them.
Well, it looked like as soon as you broke away from that pack behind him, he started catching up a little bit, but you could see that all three were pretty equal on the speed once you broke away.
Yeah, we basically were staying about the same. I had the same gap on fourth throughout the whole
Yep.
entire race. Me and Josh, I mean Josh was still pulling, but I don't know. It was a good race for us. We went 1, 2, 3, and that's what we want to see.
Oh, well, you got to say, man, you got to make your team owner and your teammates got to be happy about that for sure.
Oh yeah, we've put in some work, and it's for sure showing that we are here to win.
Well, and you got to be switching hats, getting ready for next weekend too,
Oh yeah,
putting the real race helmet on.
yep. I'm gonna try and go win some more rounds and try to go for the mod card championship.
And that's it. Well, of course, Connor Berry was the last mod kart champion coming out of Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series, and trying to quest one for your team right now in the virtual world, but your teammates have been pretty tough on you.
Yeah, they are definitely fast. Just gonna have to put in some more work, then I should be there.
Well, you got some great sponsors that make this all possible.
Yeah, I want to thank Jim Beaver, Esports, General Tire, um, Polaris Razor, Vision Wheel, CBR, my whole entire team. We have put in some work, and it's showing to pay off. I mean, especially Cam and Josh, they've put in work with me. We ran some laps too, which definitely helps, and it's starting to show off as we went 1, 2, 3 tonight.
Well, awesome job. Congratulations. And looking forward to seeing you on the track next weekend.
Sounds good.
Connor Berry, everybody, third place.
We're joined by Josh Edmondson now on the other side of Cameron Peterson. Looks like he's got 2 dates right now, the way they're lined up. Josh, how was that race?
That was pretty good. Solid overall for me, I guess. Didn't really have anything for Cameron. Again, he just doesn't make any mistakes. Doesn't really open the door at all. So yeah, I'm happy though. Overall, P2 is a good result.
Yeah, P2 seems to be your spot. Heat number 2 was a little bit of fresh air. Finally didn't have some dirt all over that nose, but how was it trying to chase down Cameron around here? You said you're going to try to get a little bit of revenge for last week, but after the restarts in lap 1, it just seems like you were unable to stay right with them.
Yeah, I really couldn't make anything happen. Unfortunately, I was searching for some lines when it was really getting slick. Thought I found a couple, and then second to last lap, I was closing the gap a little, hopefully to get in striking distance, and I made a mistake and hit the inside K rail in turn 2 and just lost too much time. I mean, there's just not enough time in 2 laps to make up even a half a second on him. So yeah, it was not what I was looking for, but I'm happy that I had the speed to be there. It's cool to see our team here go 1, 2, 3. Again, that's really cool to see. So
Very awesome.
All right, Josh. Well, it's another podium for you. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys for putting on the broadcast. Stoked to go watch it back now. And also a shout out to the Jim Beaver Esports team, everybody on there, Cam and Connor, working on sets, grinding. It's been fun. And then everybody at the sports team, Fistful of Bourbon, Dirtfish, General Tire, Cronus, GSP, XTV Axles, Polaris Razor, Gibson Performance, Rigid Industries, Sans Fabrication, and everybody else. Thanks.
All right, thanks, Josh. And I believe Dave is standing by with Cameron Peterson, our race winner.
Cameron, is anybody going to have an answer for you? You've been on a roll, buddy.
Oh man, all it takes is a mistake and then someone's on your bumper. So I think just the key to it all is just consistency, and obviously fast laps help every now and then. But no, it's just consistency, staying out in clean air, being able to hit my lines with so empty track in my sights. If we can keep it that way, hopefully we can stay up front.
Yeah, Josh just basically said that you can't be rattled. It looks like you don't make any mistakes out there. I mean, what are your keys to success in a race like this?
I love pressure. It's makes me focus. It really does. I love like even the bigger events that Josh puts on and the Jim Beaver Esports team puts on. Like when it gets like the
do we lose you?
it'll it motivates me and pushes me to focus a bit harder.
Did you let go of your parking brake or something? You just fell out of line.
Oh, maybe.
During that entire interview, you just drifted backwards. I don't know if you're still in the car or not, but
Oh, that's just some sponsor publicity.
Well, Cameron, it's another win for you. There is there is a bounty out. There is a bounty out for somebody to beat you cleanly. Are you gonna? Is that a open invitation for you to get better? Because I know you were setting world records over the weekend. Or are you just gonna be driving the same way? Just be like, I'm the best there is. Come at me.
Well, I mean, I have that certain mindset of maybe not. I'm not gonna say I'm like straight best or nothing like that. I'm never gonna have that kind of mentality. I'm always looking to get better and try to better myself. And there's always gonna be someone quicker. There's always a bigger fish, and just gotta be ready for that guy to come along. But things like that bounty is, it says something to begin with, but it also motivates me even more. Like I said, I tend to thrive under the pressure, and it makes me focus even harder. So, if that bounty keeps going up, I'm just gonna focus even more, run as consistent as I can, and just use all the focus I can to stay out front.
Yeah, you might.
Austin said that if nobody gets you, you get to get the money. You take the bounty.
I'm game for that. I mean, I didn't sign up for nothing, but if someone wants to give me money, sure, I'll take it.
All right, Cam, we're gonna let you relax and enjoy another win, and I gotta say a fistful of bourbon. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank?
Absolutely, you guys on the Racecraft TV team there, Dave, Austin, you guys always do a good job. I always look forward to watching these replays back, as well as Josh for putting all this on. Guys on the Jim Beaver Esports team, Josh and Connor are always pushing. Well, we're all pushing each other to do our best, and it makes for a healthy, quick mindset, and an overall great team. And I'm always looking to see where we can get to next. And the sponsors here: General Tire, Fistful of Bourbon, Winners Get Whiskey, Players Razor, Vision Wheel, Sand Racing Fabrication, Rigid Industries, Dirtfish, GSP, XTV Axles, Gibson Performance Exhausts, Cronus, and Chris Leone's Motorsport Drop. And everyone at home and watching right now, and everyone else on the VORRS League, thanks for coming out, and hope we get some more drivers out here.
All right. All right, thank you, Cameron. You have yourself a good afternoon, man.
Thanks, Austin. You too.
All right, Dave, that brings on.
Awesome right here, Austin. Awesome.
It was another awesome race here today for the Virtual Off-Road Pro 2 Championship here, round 3 at Wild West. Dave, how was that race? What do you look forward to next round?
Well, I'm kind of curious to see if he can be rattled. It's the question. He said he likes the pressure. If the bounty keeps growing, will that pressure make him crack like an Easter egg that's been sitting out too long?
We'll find out. Next round, it is the smallest track on the calendar. We do go to Wild Horse. So, hey, there is an opportunity for something crazy to happen. It's got a lot of opportunities to really send it up in there, because the starting straight is the shortest up there. You can really go back 3 rows, and everybody 3 rows back has an opportunity to take the lead in lap number 1. We're definitely going to find out though next week in the the next time we're out here for the Virtual Off-Road Pro 2 Championship. I've been joined by Dave Arnold. I'm Austin Knight, and I hope y'all have a good night. This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description.